Round 19 was not a good week of SuperCoach for our side. A lot went wrong from Saturday afternoon onwards, not having Sicily for starters. Then we had Walsh do his hammy, and he'll be out for, I think, 3 weeks. So that was super heartbreaking, especially because of how well he was going. He played the quarter of his life in the first, and he was going to clear the ton easy by half time, and then Hurdy went down to the rooms and thought, please be something minor, get back out there and keep doing what you're doing. Turns out it was a hammy, so what could have been there? A poor score overall, and we've dropped to 190 overall. Thankfully still in the top 200, but hopes for a double-digit rank to end the season are slowly dwindling, so the team's got to really step up from here. But it's going to be hard considering some of the names we're missing, and it's killing us each week. But before we get to the team, I do want to say a big thank you again to the boys on the SuperCoach Swordplay podcast, DR, Spills, and Janath. Got to have a quick chat with them on their recent pod. Really thankful for the invite. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully it will be the first of many. So the main talking points from the team this week: I took the risk not taking Bont's 126 after seeing how dead my week was. Didn't pay off, unfortunately. Dawson had a poor first half, was better in the second half, but gave away a few frees, so what could have been there? At the same time, could have been a lot worse. Laird obviously didn't play, so we had Liam Henry cover another week. He was fine. Walsh obviously doing the hammy, super deflating. That would have been an easy 150, maybe even 160. Dunkley came back as well, so that was good. Keys had a huge last quarter, kicked 2 clutch goals. CBA's dropping, which is concerning, but thankfully he had those big goals in the fourth to give us a solid score. But to go off what I said in the Swordplay pod, for those who might have seen it, I will most likely use my last trade to go Walsh to Doherty for the DPP to have some cover and defense. It is tempting to trade Steele back in. That Steele to Mills trade 3 weeks ago, absolute killer. I could have saved a trade and gone Eddie Ford to Sam Flanders instead, and he would have been my cover these last 3 weeks, and I think he's tonned every week. So the points I've lost by doing the trades I did 3 weeks ago, oh my goodness, don't even want to get into it. But that's just one of many mistakes I've made trading since upgrade season started. A lesson to learn for next season. I did really well keeping it simple for my starting team. Just went away from it once upgrade season started, and it's killed me. So we'll get on to our trade. Walsh to Doherty. Easy one. Our last trade for the season. So we'll be holding our breath each week because there's still a fair chunk of the season to go. So it's going to be pretty scary. Gotta hope for no season-ending injuries. Like I said before, we could easily trade Jack Steele back in, as tempting as it is, but I'm going to stick with Doc for the DPP, which means we can have Liam Henry cover every single line now. So if someone in defense gets injured, Doherty is subbed into defense for Chincotta, and we'll chuck Liam Henry on field there. So that's no issue. But at this point, just fingers crossed for no bad injury luck, because that's it. 0 trades left. Walsh to Doherty, leaving me with 6k in the bank. And this will be how the final team looks. Could have been so much better, but we butchered it along the way. But those are lessons we'll have to take and apply for next year. Hope to go better. Either way, this has been the best season I've ever had in SuperCoach. So it's been a great year regardless. Anyway, captains. Dacos or Doherty on the Friday night. I'll probably go with a VC on. Doherty does go pretty well against Collingwood. So just a gut feel VC, I'll chuck it on him. Captain. A lot of options. I don't know though. It's a tough one. Stewart against Freo in Geelong maybe. Bont against GWS. He killed them earlier in the year. Although they're playing at Mars Stadium this time. Bont's usually a much better interstate player. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But the stats don't lie there. Merritt against Sydney's another. Petrarca I don't really want to go the straight C on because he's playing a lot of forward at the moment. Still scoring really well, just not the high ceiling scores we know he can produce. Neil in the Q clash maybe. Or Dunkley. Could go Dunks actually, that's not a bad one. Any of the Showdown boys actually, they're all not too bad. Rosie goes pretty well in Showdowns. Taranto had a huge game against Melbourne earlier in the year. It's a really tough choice. Maybe Bont or Dunks. Might go Dunks. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. Yep, that's what we'll go with. So that'll do it. Hopefully you all had a much better round 19 than I did. Good luck to you all for round 20. Again, a big thank you to DR, Spills, and Janath for inviting me onto the Swordplay pod. And I'll see you in the next video.